So there's something pretty interesting here. This is a 850 nanometer infrared flashlight, and what's neat about this is that, you know, appears violet to the phone, but to me it looks deep red. Pretty neat. But it's 850 nanometers, like I said. Visible light ends at about 700, 740, depends on the definition, but yeah, it's infrared because the photon energy of each individual photon is below that of red light photons. And, you know, I have an infrared detection card here, but it's not going to work for it, mostly just because this is not designed for the specific wavelength. I think it doesn't detect specifically between 830 or 840 and 870. You can see if we turn it on here, it doesn't make it glow. That glow is just from the light itself, not from that purple. And that's actually pretty interesting too. I'll show you in a second here. So even though this is entirely, like, I can see the LED itself pretty well, but whenever I try to shine it on anything, I can't see anything. I mean, in really dark conditions, if I hold it up to something, it looks really deep red, but that's about it. It's really dim. My phone camera can't see it very well either, but it sees it better than me, so we're going to be using it to see the beam from the flashlight. And we are going to turn off the lights for that, so here we go. Okay, so the lights are off, and here, when we turn on the flashlight, it's incredibly dim. Wow. Oh, hold on. It's working a little bit better now. It's very dim, but what's neat is that you can also zoom it. So when you zoom it, it's far more visible. It makes a square because of the square shape of the LED. My table absorbs a lot of infrared, so it's not going to reflect a lot of it, but this backing foam that I have does not absorb a lot of it. So it's going to reflect it back into my eyes. Here's a little box that I have. We'll see how it reflects all of that. See if it's any better. Oh yeah, it's way better. Oh wow, I can actually... So to my eyes now, because it's zoomed in, you guys see it as like a violet because phone cameras see infrared weird, but I see it as deep red, which is pretty neat. Zoom it out, I can't see it anymore, but you guys can still see it. The box looks white, actually, like it's reflecting a lot of the infrared, but yeah, when I zoom it in, I see it as deep red. That's pretty cool. I did take a lot of pictures with this, and I just want to talk about that for a moment. The pictures I took with this light, pretty neat. One moment, please. Okay, light's back on. But I went around last night and took a bunch of pictures of stuff in my house using the infrared light, and it's actually really neat. Something pretty neat is that I'm putting up on screen now, plants, even though they absorb most wavelengths in the visible spectrum except for green, they reflect green back, and that's why they aren't black plants, because if they absorb, I think it's like something with, if they absorb too much light, they could overheat and die, and so they need to regulate their heat. But that also extends to infrared, and they actually reflect a lot of near-infrared light, and as such, plants look white and ghost-like, which is really neat. A lot of patterns on things like water bottles that I have up on screen do not show up under infrared because the ink does not react with the infrared like it does with visible light. I am now also putting up on screen a cologne bottle, which normally appears to be dark. However, under infrared light, it is entirely transparent. You can see all the stuff on my desk behind me there through the bottle. Yeah, that's some pretty neat stuff. I think infrared's really cool, and yeah, it's just a short little video, but hope you guys liked it.